I lied about the abuse and made up the story of Kent cutting my arm. Leslie Ray Blinkerman versus Kent Frederick Kruger, 24-207-624 PP. This is the petitioner's motion to terminate a personal protection order. Plaintiff is present in the courtroom. She is in pro se. The defendant is in the courtroom in pro se. Will both parties please raise your right hand?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Put your hands down. The court, back on January 22nd, 2024, had issued a personal protection order. The petitioner in this case, Ms. Blinkerman, had filed a petition with this court. On that date, the court, based upon the information contained within the file, as stated, authorized the petition. And the very first alleged incident that the court relied upon in issuing the personal protection order is as follows. The latest incident started in early to mid-December 2023 with mental and emotional abuse. December 25th was the final incident. Kent Kruger and I started arguing earlier that morning, which resulted in him, Kent, cutting my arm with a knife, which I received 5 stitches for later in the day. Later in the afternoon / evening of December 25th, while his children were at home, Kent accused me of stealing baseball cards, got angry, hit me in the head with a metal box. Kent's daughter called the police and I was taken to the emergency room where I had been examined and received my stitches. There are other alleged incidents in this matter as well. Since the granting of the personal protection order, petitioners filed a motion to terminate the personal protection order, where on March 15, 2024, according to the document filed with the clerk of the court, I, Leslie Blinkerman, have good cause to terminate the PPO against Kruger. I lied about the abuse and made up the story of Kent cutting my arm.
Yes.
I did this so I would have a place to stay at the shelter. Ms. Blinkerman, do you have any comment regarding that?
I'm sorry that I lied and caused all this hassle of everything that's going on. It was a big mix-up about Christmas. It was a big mix-up about other stuff. I was mentally ill. He was also mentally ill, and I'm sorry.
Just a moment, Ms. Blinkerman. You had stated, you just stated a moment ago, alleged mental health issues, but you filed this on, the document that you filed with the court was dated January 1, but you filed it on January 16. Correct? According to the file.
January, yes.
Okay.
Because of where I was staying at.
So this is the problem with matters like this. In general, personal protection orders are extremely serious matters.
I can understand.
And your admission that you lied to the court, first, I'm going to terminate the personal protection order. That's number one. Number two, I'm holding you in contempt. As a result of that, at this time, I'm not going to make a determination regarding disposition because at this point, I'm going to assign an attorney to represent you. This is frankly criminal contempt. My understanding is, well, as a result of this, right, just a moment, please. You have an attorney representing you in another matter right now?
Yes,
What's that attorney's name?
Lockhart.
Mr. Lockhart? Okay. The court will appoint Andrew Lockhart to represent you. We will set this for a disposition hearing next Friday at 9 a.m.
Next Friday at 9.
Pardon me?
Next Friday at 9.
Next Friday at 9. Don't ever do this again.
Will not happen again.
I'll see you next Friday at 9 a.m. Off the record. Court calls the matter of Andrea A. Bosick versus DeAnthony J. Davis. This is file number 16-205-938-DP. This is time and date set for show cause hearing. Mr. DeAnthony J. Davis appears via the Zoom application. As I understand it, he's currently lodged at the Huron County Jail. Back in March 21 of 2018, this court issued a bench warrant for the defendant, allegedly failed to appear as ordered on March 14, 2028, or at least contact in front of the court office. That was authorized on March 21, and on March 26th, certificate of mailing was also filed in this matter. Bench warrant was signed March 23rd. Also appearing in the courtroom in this case is Mr. Mitchell Holdwick. And Mr. Holdwick, what would you like to tell the court, please, regarding this matter?
Your Honor, I just kind of, I guess, back up on everything. Mr. Davis had originally had a show cause for non-payment of child support back in 2017 that he failed to appear for. He was arrested on that in September of 2017. At that hearing, the court had discharged the warrant, sentenced Mr. Davis to 30 days in the county jail. That upon his release, he was to meet with me in person to establish a payment plan. He did not do that, but he also had employment and payments were coming through. But that was the last time I talked to Mr. Davis, with the exception of yesterday. The court had actually scheduled a show cause for March 14th, 2018 at 9 a.m. For Mr. Davis failing to participate in the attendance of the SMILE program that was ordered previously. And I guess for the record, when this was ordered for SMILE, it was when SMILE was conducted in person. So there were specific dates that he had to take them by. The information, the notices, they were all sent to speaking with Mr. Davis, that is still a good address. That's where all of his mail's been going. Unfortunately, he did not appear for that show cause on March 14th, 2018, and the court issued a warrant for his arrest for failing to appear with a body bond only. So he is here before the court on a body bond for not taking the SMILE program that's been ordered since 2016, 2017, I believe. Speaking with him currently, his support's about $587.50 per month. He is just over $31,000 in arrears. Last payment was being in October of 2022. Mr. Davis did state in my notes previously from 2017 when I spoke with him, he had some shoulder surgery in February of 22, and then he had multiple hip surgeries in the beginning and mid-year of 2023, most recently being in August this past year. So he has been off of work since the end of 22, and then was dealing with procedures the majority of the year for 2023. He was actually set to start a job before he got arrested. He was in a car with, I believe he said, his girlfriend. There was a blinker or something not working that caught the attention of law enforcement. He had a warrant. Also, though, regarding this report, Mr. Davis has had a warrant from the Attorney General's office for felony non-support. So I believe he also has that other issue going on, set for arraignment this afternoon down in district court. But regarding the front of the court warning, it's just a body bond for not taking SMILE program and appearing on March of 2018.
Okay, but also, is it fair to say he's alleged to violate the court order that he's supposed to meet with you after his release from county jail to set up a payment? Yes,
we did discuss that too. He does not recall getting a copy of that. Typically, when an individual is sentenced on one of our warrants and does receive jail time, one that order is signed, a copy is one, placed in the mail, and two, walked over to the jail for the inmates so they have it when they are released so they know what's going on. He does not recall that. He said if he remembered it, he would have came and talked to us. But nonetheless, he didn't show up for the payment plan. But like I stated, he did gain employment and we were getting consistent payments from an employer for quite some time up until October of 2022 when they stopped. And that's around the time he was having issues. And shortly after that was having the procedures.
Thank you. Mr. Davis, would you please raise your right hand?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. You may put your hand down. Mr. Davis, did you have the opportunity to hear everything that was stated by Mr. Holdwick a moment ago?
Yes.
Okay, and how do you respond to all this?
It's truthful.
So the SMILE program now is offered online, right, Mr. Holdwick?
Correct, Your Honor. And might I add too, with this case, speak to Mr. Davis, the other party, is not in the county. They're actually down in the city and, constant contact. So,
Constant contact, what do you mean?
between the parties.
Okay,
So they do have communication, regarding the support issue. He did mention that he has paid her when she's needed things, but they just haven't come through the proper channels on the issue. But I just wanted the court to be aware, on that as well, because, you know, SMILE was ordered. The parties have demonstrated that they do have effective communication, and
that's at least good.
so I just want to put that on the record for that.
But he didn't show on March 14 of 18.
He did not.
And Mr. Davis, can you explain to the court why you didn't appear at that court date?
Cause when I got transferred up here, I had a previous case I had went to court for before I had got brung up here, and I had probation, but since I was locked up here, I had missed probation, so I had to go back down there to court to serve my jail time there. So I didn't get to it right away.
But you did receive notice of it, obviously, because according to Mr. Holdwick, that address that you listed is still a good address, correct?
Yes, this is a good address.
Okay, so after all that was said and done with the jail and stuff in the other county, why didn't you just call Mr. Holdwick to set something up? Or at least explain why you weren't there?
I have no answer, sir.
I respect your honesty, though. I find Mr. Davis in contempt for failing to appear. It's refreshing to hear no excuse or anything like that. Mr. Holdwick, do you have a recommendation?
I do not, Your Honor. I'm going to leave this up to the discretion of the court, given that SMILE is online. If this is kind of a different warrant that we've had to issue, being that it's not for child support.
Are there any pickup fees, or there's clearly booking fees?
Yeah, I believe a $12 booking fee, and typically I ask for a $75 transfer fee to the sheriff's office for transporting to the county.
Mr. Davis, is there anything you'd like to say to the court before the court imposes disposition for the contempt?
No, sir.
Thank you. All right, court will order. And sir, do you have any money available to you right now?
No, sir.
Okay, do you have any available to you at home if you were released?
Yes, sir.
Court will order that Mr. Davis pay to the Huron County Sheriff's Office $75 for the transport fee, $12 for the booking fee, total of $87. If you were released today, Mr. Davis, how long would it take you to pay the $87?
I would hope by like this afternoon, because my ride has to drive up here to come get me if I was released to bring the money. So.
All right.
Can I add something to that, Your Honor?
Sure.
Mr. Davis, with the AG warrant that's going on downstairs, I don't know what's going to happen with that arraignment. You know, typically that's 25% of his arrears. And at the time it was just under 20,000. So I believe his bond on that is almost $3,000. I did reach out to Mr. Davis's mother upon his request after I spoke with him, provided her with that update. It didn't sound like there could be payments coming, but again, that was yesterday. I'm not sure if something would change. My recommendation, Your Honor, would just be that within 30 days of his release from incarceration, because again, I don't know what's going to happen with that Attorney General case.
Sure. Court will order Mr. Davis that you pay $87, and it must be paid within 30 days of your release from the county jail. The court is going to recall the bench warrant that brought you here. At least the court's bench warrant.
Okay.
Court also require that within the next 30 days following your release from the county jail, that you attend, and I'm assuming, do you have a computer or cell phone available to you upon release?
Yes.
Okay. I don't presume anything. And the reason I ask that is because now the SMILE program is exclusively online. So you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to do anything other than dial it up, and you have to watch the entire thing. It knows if you've not been watching, and then at the very end, there may be some things you may have to do, but then we'll receive verification that it was done. If you do not complete the SMILE program within 30 days of your release from the county jail, you shall serve an additional 30 days on top of that. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You were picked up yesterday?
He was arrested down on the 24th.
Thursday?
He came,
Wednesday?
he arrived at our jail yesterday, the 25th, but I had received a call from Central Dispatch that he was arrested and being transported late in the afternoon on Thursday, the 24th.
So I'll give him 2 days credit.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you 2 days credit on that 30-day sentence. So if you complete the SMILE program after the 30 days release and pay the $87, 30 days after your release, no jail time, no nothing. Is that fair?
It's fair, Honor.
I'm trying to be fair to the circumstances, but down the road, keep watching your mail. You see something, don't ignore it. And if you miss it, it's a lot easier simply to call Mr. Holwick's office, let him know what happened. Chances are we can avoid matters like this in the future if you do so. I'm just trying to
Yes,
give you
sir.
some advice.
I
I
understand.
don't think you want to be here either, do you? No, I don't think so. So that's what we'll do. Anything else I missed, Mr. Holwick?
So regarding our warrant here, Your Honor, it's been recalled, the 30 days is held in abeyance, but he has to.
Yes.
So I'm just thinking for purposes of the jail, I know he's got his other issues here. So is he ordered release on this warrant
Yes,
today?
I'm ordering his release today on this warrant only.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Davis, do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir.
That'll be all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.